Tech is becoming more and more important in society, yet it's being essentially led by white men still. That's a problem because we're just repeating the old patterns and creating a new power dynamic with the old guys still in charge. All of these things make you as a woman feel like you can't be yourself. And if you're not yourself, you're not going to be the best that you can be. And so then we're losing talent.
We're not providing the space and the opportunity for people to be nurtured. There's a lot of narratives about let's get girls into tech, let's get girls into STEM. It's like, well, great, you can attract them, but what happens when they're actually there?
There was a need for a space where women could ask questions and get support that they couldn't otherwise do, especially if they're one of a minority and you might not feel comfortable asking certain questions to your colleagues, or you just want to know where the cool events are that other women like you in tech hang out at. So Ada's List is a global network, community of women and those who identify as women in tech. And the goal is to help women move through the career ladder up to a point where they're confident advocating not only for themselves, but also for their community, for other women, for the industry in general to be better.
At its core, Ada's List has been very inclusive and non-hierarchical. As an email-based community, it's decentralized. Roughly 1,000 women check in every day to connect, to go for support, to look for jobs. It's basically a space where you can come and you can feel over 7,000, almost 8,000 women have your back.
These women are excellent at what they do, some of the most brightest minds in STEM. And essentially, I think Ada's List is a form of activism because it's trying to level out the playing field. It's like an orchestra. You've got lots of different people playing instruments, but you all need to be singing the same tune. They're going to develop policies. That's great because it means that as women in our workplaces, we can say, this is what it should be like.
What I love about Ada's List is you have people at all points in their careers. So you've got people who are on boards, who've got 15 years of experience, you've got people who are just entering tech, and it's a sort of equal space. You don't find many places like that.
It's almost one way and always saying, how can we help you? What do you need? I did this, so don't make my mistake, do it this way.
A lot of informal support to each other, which I find is beautiful. You don't see that so much. Most people are just in it for networking and then they just go away. But I find here the members are sort of really working towards something that they believe in.
The power of the hive mind. Everyone's really super intelligent. They have their niche, their expertise. It means that you can kind of ask them anything and get a really grounded response.
You feel less alone because you can feel gaslit in a space if you're saying this behavior is not okay and you're told, well, no, you just need to toughen up. But actually, if you turn around to the community and you're all saying, oh, no, this is not okay, all of a sudden you feel validated and you feel like you can actually speak out and your voice can be amplified more.
You might read about someone, starting up an initiative at work or tackling a difficult issue. You feel inspired to start bringing some of that change back into the organization where you are. So it's sort of lots of little agents all over town in different organizations coming together and trying to move the industry forward.
For me, it's like the role model of what the tech industry should feel like. I spent far too many years working in government and going to tech conferences and everybody looked like me. And when you work in government, that doesn't feel right to me. Ultimately, we need to serve a very diverse community, and part of that needs to be creating services that reflect the community, and that's not what's been happening.
As this organization evolves and now we have a leader who's going to take us there and her program of what that looks like, thinking about how do we look at policy, not just for women in tech, but women generally. What does that look like? And being able to shape policy with data and facts and have that narrative.
That's what's interesting now. And where we're at with Ada's List and watching other communities pop up. I think it's really important to have the values of inclusiveness. Who defines the things that we do in our work? Who sets the tone? Who sets the policies? Who writes the policies? Ada's List has always been about getting a group of people together who want to challenge that and to make the policies work better for women and people of color and anyone else that's been affected or had a negative experience in the tech industry.